Ample in the top right. Korean semi-pro gamer. I believe he's somewhere around 2600 MMR or more. He's been in our Showmatch series before. He's played The Walt. He's played Scan. The videos are on our YouTube. Team Think Quick TTV.
How did he do against DeWalt?
No spoilers. And that's on the D's E-Ray map that you love so much. Khala's in the bottom left.
That's another one of those pattern placements that improves the probe pathing. Now this is interesting. This forward SCV. He thinks he's going to get proxied. That was a big investment in not getting proxied right then. I don't know about that. That's the kind of thing you do if you're playing like somebody who's few ranks below you in a best of one for a lot of money. You just don't want to lose. Forward Vax is always helpful against a, in this case, a 13 Nexus, but I don't know how helpful it's going to be because it's not. It wasn't like an 8 Vax, so I mean, that was like a 12 Vax by town, so it's not going to be hugely effective. And Town's just going for classic man himself. This is no gas, no nothing. Just going to place a CC. Yeah, Khala sees it. Khala knows what's up. So this opening is advantage Khala. Khala got to see, Khala got away with the most economic opening possible, and Ample is doing an economic opening, but it's not as abusive what Khala has.
And I guess it's not worth taking your opponent's gas.
I would have said it is, but I mean, Khala knows what he's doing. So
He had a few opportunities, didn't do it. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. I didn't want to say he's going to take the gas joke because when he hadn't taken it, it looked like he didn't want to. I don't know why he didn't want to.
What's this?
He's going for the bunker rush. I don't think this is going to work there. I mean, it's how it be there. Gave away a marine for nothing there, and then we're going to have a shield battery. I'm assuming, yep, shield battery. There's more zealots building. He's got plenty of probes on hand to pull. You look at this and think, okay, well, Ample doesn't have a factory behind this. There's nothing actually coming in after the bunker to end the game. He's going to place a bunker, and then what?
I like how he split up the Terran group. Took care of the bunk, took care of the Marines.
This is stupid. What are you doing, Ample? Like, in what world does this work? Okay, you place a bunker. He's had to begin with the green range, so it's slowly shooting at the bunker. You have to repair the bunker. You haven't got a factory. There's nothing behind this. You place the bunker, then what?
Took out a few SCVs. Hasn't lost the Zealot besides that one earlier.
Yeah, this is just This was a bad idea. It was a bad idea before it started. It's a bad idea now.
27 probes to 21 SCVs. Ample's making a
He
bunker.
still doesn't have a factory. The Goon Range is done and he doesn't have a factory. Like, just don't take all your workers and run them across the map. That's my like StarCraft tip of the day. If it ever seems like you want to do that, just don't. Keep the workers on the minerals. It's where they excel.
Seemed kind of late to be doing that a little bit. And yeah, Protoss is getting some Zealots.
And Protoss has a third base coming, his Robo's done, and Terran has exactly 0 tanks. If he had a quick factory behind it and was like planning to come across with vultures, place some mines or whatever next to the bunker, and then follow up with siege push, then maybe. But just Marines against Zealot, it's never going to work. Now he's done this to himself. He's created the situation where he's about to lose his tank for nothing.
Lost it.
Yeah. You look at it and think, okay, well, the guy, of course you're going to lose your tank. He has 4 Dragoons at your bunker before your first tank comes out. So what do you think was going to happen? Normally there were 2 Dragoons attacking the bunker and a tank comes out and pushes them back. If you put yourself so far behind by delaying your factory that there's 4 Dragoons, you're just going to kill it. Like, he did this to himself. And in flies the observers, so now Khala knows exactly what's going on, and therefore shouldn't ever lose from this point.
It's pretty ballsy coming out with the tank.
That tank is tied for life, I guess. I guess he was trying to do some kind of bait thing where he lured his opponent into the other tank, but I mean,
it is going so bad for Ample right now.
If he didn't throw away his first tank, then maybe he could have done some bait, using one tank to pull the into the other 2. But I mean, he only had the.
Oh, not another one.
This bait isn't really working. He's baiting his opponent into punching him, and then being like, "Ha! I made you punch me." It's like, yeah, but you got punched.
So that's 3 tanks so far?
That was the 4th tank. He lost 1 at the bunker. He lost 1 as bait. He lost 1 that was the trap he sprung on the bait, and then another one for no reason.
Khala's expanding again. He seems so far ahead.
The reason he seems so far ahead is because he's so far ahead. Now, I don't know about expanding again here, because his opponent is just going for 4 factory and then committing for a push. I say that, that's a CC being built, never mind. Yeah, he's just taking his 4th Nexus, knowing that the opponent will eventually take a 3rd CC. And that's +1 air, yep. Yeah, Khala has 0% chance of losing this game. By the time that Ample takes her 3rd base, Khala's going to have had his 4th for like a minute already. And he's heading towards carriers. He's got 2 star, so 3 Stargates coming, +1 air coming. He's got shuttle speed. He's got a bigger economy. This game is unlosable. Ample hasn't even looked outside his base since the start of the game. Does he have comsats? Okay, he does. I can hear them. But that tank that killed itself was the furthest anything got out of Ample's base since the ill-fated SCV attempt to run across the map.
a great strategy for all Terrans. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I also like it when my Terran opponents choose not to mine minerals, instead run their SCVs at me. It's, I would advocate all Terrans doing that every game, always.
So Ample has to secure his third somehow.
I mean, securing his third wouldn't win him the game. He would like to secure his third, but it's not gonna make the situation better. But that was good. Until he gave away a tank for free.
Khala's gonna go for it. I don't know about this. They're just all Dragoons. This was a bad idea. Am I wrong?
I mean, it's not going as well as it could, for sure. But he's
Going out very well for him, actually. He got his tank down to 0.
Yeah, that was surprising.
I'm sorry, Khala.
I think it's because there was no mines. Normally, you can't do that with Dragoons because there's mines and you just lose them all. You have to let the Dragoon target the mines, which means dead in free fire. If Dragoons have the option to free fire on anything, it will always be the barracks. If there's a minefield and tanks on the barracks, Dragoons are on that barracks like immediately.
Yeah, I just see Dragoons die to tanks so easily.
That time though, there were no mines, which meant that the Dragoons could actually do what they're meant to do, which is kill tanks. So we're seeing a 70 supply lead, the 60 supply lead for Khala. It's pretty good.
He can't even land his command center at the third.
He cannot even land his command center. Yeah, Khala. So Apple still hasn't taken his third. I mean, this is kind of sad.
I'm not sure if he should have backed out there, but maybe.
Khala's getting his shield upgrade. That's how bad it is. Like when your opponent, you're Terran and your opponent's getting the +1 shield armor, that's a bad situation for you.
Here comes the blimps. Got any Goliaths? We got 0 Goliaths. There's 1. There's 2. They're targeting the carrier.
Yeah, but the tanks are what matters there, and the tanks are dying.
There's a GG from Ample.
I'm gonna have to sit out maybe the next 1 or 2 because I've got to play my STPL game, but I will be back after that.
Thank you very much. It's Quark, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody wants to co-cast the following games with me, let's go into second match on Polypoid. Apologies in advance, I am not as charming or knowledgeable as Quark, so you're all gonna have to suffer. We got Khala on the bottom right. I can tell it's Polypoid because there's a gap in the mineral line. And Ample, part of HBS. Is that a news network or a hotshot Korean clan? Top left. HBS is Africa TV's plan or whatever, apparently. Can Ample take this game? Make up for his defeat last round. I do apologize, HBS is not a Africa TV clan. Thank you, Scan, pointing that out. Best of 5 between Khala and Ample. 1-0 for Khala. HBS stands for the Hammock Pro League team, according to Scan. Not sure if Khala is part of a team or not. Hey, you. Those bears make me smile. One SCV mining gas, is he gonna fast expand? Sorry, I'm terrible at casting knowledgeably. I think that's what he's gonna do. Alright, command center being built in the natural. And a nexus being built at Khala's at the same time. Some sexy dragoons moving out. How many Ursidons are on this map? Or they're just moving around really fast? Khala sees the expansion. Starport. One probe, not bad. So, guessing Khala might get Reavers and Ample is going to drop Vultures. Should see Reaver soon. Like the mines that Ample is setting up around the map. I really love this version of Polypoi. There's so many Ursidons. Is this like favored in Korea? Do they like the Ursidons a lot? 'Cause they have good taste, if that's the case. 38 SCVs to 32 probes. That's a pretty good lead. Khala's gonna grab his third. Mineral only. Hasn't started mining gas from his natural yet. And here's a drop from Ample. Khala transfers his probes. Gets the dropship. Always got to be careful with the probe transfer in case Dragoons don't hit. Okay, finally stabilized the situation. There's a Wraith inside Ample's base. That really sucks. Oh, just barely picks it up. Well, he lost it, I mean. 33 probes to 44 SCVs.
Not looking good for Khala.
Hey, you're back.
My opponent hasn't shown up yet.
Well, I would fear you too if matchup against you. Yeah, it seems like Ample's drop was more effective. Khala's there. He's got 10 more workers.
With the triple necks, he can start to recover a bit, but it's not going to be enough. Ample's going to get his CC up in time.
Ample's taking their third. I guess nobody cares about a third with the gas this game.
It's difficult if your opponent already has a dropship, because taking the 6 o'clock is quite easy if you are playing against somebody with no dropship. You just put down some pylons and wall it off. But once your opponent has a dropship, then you get into a situation where they drop some vultures in there and now your dragoons can't get in, and it's quite embarrassing.
So it's just safer for them. It's not that they don't need the gas.
Oh, Khala's style isn't as gas heavy anyway. If you were going like the more old school Arbiter or Carrier style, then yeah, you need the third gas. But in this situation, Khala seems to like his speed shuttles and mid-game play more, so he doesn't need to rush the gas the same way. This shuttle's a bit low for this task. I'd be worried if I was in
Yeah,
that
that's
shuttle.
what I was gonna say until you said he's upgrading shuttle speed, but he's going for it anyways.
I mean, there's no he's found the timing. Is he going to commit? He's coward.
It's a bad idea because there's rates.
Yeah, now there's race here. It's he's just going to get punished. There was an opening. If he just committed on it, he was fine.
I thought he saw the turret just being made too. But...
Yeah. It was going to be a one-way trip, but it's a one-way trip anyway. It's... Although, 2 tanks and a vulture, you got a vulture as well. That's actually... And a wraith. Okay, he's found some value. If the dragoon gets out, that's good. Okay then, you know what, Khala? I will never question you again.
Oh, the SCV almost fell.
The low HP shuttle, clearly it was bait. Oh, and only 1 tag in siege mode. Okay, Khala's going to get something done here.
Oh, did he grab the third?
Yeah, that was a very nice timing, especially with... Like, he hit that exactly as 3 tanks got caught out of position at 12 o'clock. 2 of them died, and just the tanks being at 12 o'clock meant that did so much more than they could have.
Is he gonna get the command center? Doesn't care, he's going for the tanks. Oh!
Oh, so good. Yeah, this is done. That's devastating. Like, Ample had 6 tanks, and 2 of them died up top. 1 of them was still up top. 2 of them weren't in siege mode, and Khala just found that timing. Where of the 6 tanks, Ample had exactly 1 sieged up and ready to go.
He's up in workers. Ample still has his command center.
Yeah, but losing those tanks is huge. That said, Ample does have the 4 bases and the 2-1 coming, so I mean, there's no reason why Ample can't just drag this out.
These mines that he's laying all over the map have been really effective.
If a Terran doesn't want to leave the game in this situation where they have those 4 bases, you can't actually make them. Like, Ample can sit here on these 4 bases for as long as he wants, and Khala can't make him leave.
Well, I wish I was seeing some Stargates.
Kala's going to do it with the shuttle style. And even, honestly, like, you can't make them leave with Stargates either. Like, recall is nice, but it's just one of those things. If a Terran has these 4 bases, they can just make a fortress. There's not much you can do.
Oh, he's just going.
Like, shuttle play probably actually has a better chance of success here than anything else.
Yeah, those 4 Zealots weren't going to accomplish anything. I'm not sure.
But also, he dropped them on the siege tank. It's normally if there's like a bunch of siege tanks, you drop them on one siege tank and the other shoots it. There was exactly 1 tank sieged, and he dropped them on that one tank. If you drop them on a different tank, then the siege tank will then turn around and shoot at the second tank.
So, any kind of advantage that he had.
And Ample's just, so Kala's just taking a 5th base because that's all he can do. Like, he did have an advantage, but you just can't do anything to Terran in this position.
I mean, taking out all those tanks, you know it's going to take a while for Terran to get its tank count up, so what can you do in that time? Just expand?
He's just taking a 5th, but it's not even going to take that long. That said, so what Ample's going to try and do in the next few minutes is basically just trade away the vultures. He's going to make a vulture tank, but then he's going to be aggressive on the map with the vultures, and then as the vultures die, he's going to use the supply that gets freed up to make more tanks. So his army composition slowly becomes more tank heavy over time. Khala needs to be making gateways in the other main bases and taking both other mains in this situation, I think.
There's a drop in the main.
No turrets. I'm surprised that there's no turrets.
Is this just a Zealot drop? Yeah.
There's going to be High Templar.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, that's pretty good. If only SCB didn't have 100 hit points. It's just unkillable. There's something happening at 3 o'clock too. I think it's a vulture that's chasing away some... Never mind, it's died. But, I mean, Ample's going to drag this one out, and he's going to get his upgrades, and then it's going to be just a case of whether Khala can break a 3-2 maxed out Terran army. It's one of those things that you can have 5,000 minerals banked and all the gateways in the world, but if you can't actually break the Terran army, then there's nothing you can do to win. That was good.
He's so good at dropping his Templars and storming. I love watching him storm.
But again, if there's nothing you can actually do about the Terran army,
yeah,
it's
not going to win you the game.
All of this is good. It's going to help.
It's just jazz hands from here, my friend.
But there's ultimately the test is going to be when the Terran decides he's going to push, can you break it?
Can you just expand everywhere and make literally like 20 gates?
No, it doesn't. It's if you don't.
It's not going to work out, huh?
A 3-2 is just too good. Like, Terran upgrades are just absolutely overpowered.
Recalls aren't going to help because they mine everywhere.
No, Arbiter, that's the thing. You to beat the 3-3 Terran army, you need to have something that can either go around it, or that can out-damage it, or that can mitigate the damage.
Like, he's rich, I don't know why he's not making Stargates.
Well, the go around it is Recall, the out-damage it is Storm, or the reduce the damage is Stasis. You need to have one of the 3 of them. It looks like he's chosen Storm. which is the more modern style, but it's quite difficult to do.
Well, he can afford to do other things now, is what I'm saying. He's maxed out.
Yeah, but I mean, if he thinks he can do it with Storm and gateways, and I don't know that he's wrong.
He's got 11 gateways now. I think he can start affording more.
Yeah, he's gonna make more. He was gonna make more at the bottom left, but he lost it to the vultures.
Not sure what Ample's doing. Is he just massing up to attack? He's pretty much...
Yeah, he's doing that thing I was talking about with the vultures, where he's building vulture tank, but he's trading away the vultures and replacing them with tanks. Because it's not enough to have a 200-200 supply army. He needs the right unit comp, but he can't afford to go pure tank from the outset because he doesn't have the gas.
Khala's upgrades aren't the greatest. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're quite right to identify that. And given that he's trying to try and beat this army with gateway units, it does matter that his upgrades aren't keeping track.
Yeah, when you have that many resources, it just doesn't make sense.
And all his gateways are in the one place. I mean, this isn't great.
All the expansions he grabs, yeah, weren't letting him build more gateways. The bottom left got taken over.
Yeah.
He didn't retake it, I don't know why.
And his army's very zealot heavy. If you look at the situation, he's been maxed or near maxed for a long time, but he's been near maxed on low tech units.
He does have a lot of zealots. Yeah.
And that is going to become an issue because the low tech units aren't going to get it done. The damage output isn't there. He can't beat this army right now.
It's huge.
Oh, if he loses these high Templar, okay, that's he's fucked. It doesn't matter that he has 3k in the bank. 3k in the bank isn't going to help him beat this army. He just hasn't built what he needs.
Just lost 4 High Templars. I mean, think of how many storms they had.
He's going to have more in those shuttles. The question is how many more. I mean, Ample is playing this fucking perfectly, and Khala isn't.
2 Templars in those shuttles. Just trying to split up.
Just look at the upgraded Terran army, just bullying the Photos army, just pushing it around, just shoving it backwards. It's because the Photos army is just weaker. This is good that he caught these tanks by themselves.
I mean, it's so tank heavy too.
Yeah. Getting these tanks is better than he deserves, honestly. He was going to get nothing. Getting these tanks is good, but I mean, he's down 40 supply. He's still got money, but the money can't be spent on the units he needs because he doesn't have the gate. I mean,
this is a shame.
This up. I know some people don't like it when I say that 2500 players have made a mistake, but he's made a mistake.
He did have the whole map, just no long-term plan, it seems like.
Yeah, he knew this was going to happen, and he needed to have an answer for it, and he didn't have that answer.
I don't like the Templars for the fact that they can be easily sniped by vultures. And we've seen Scan do that so well. In one game, I think he took out more than 10 Templars. And no Stargate? Oh, we got a Stargate there.
My opponent has arrived, so I'm going to have to leave you again.
Thank you, Quark. Good luck, my friend.
Thank you. Bye.
Hi. Alright, friends, it looks like Ample is kicking some ass. I'm gonna have to agree with Quark. We don't have an answer to this.
Popped in to keep you company.
Hey, welcome, my friend.
I really don't know why he didn't have those HTs in the shuttles. I mean, he had 3 speed shuttles. It was a really big mistake.
Wanna welcome NRG Bamboo. Yeah, the shuttles were filled with zealots once I managed to click on some of them. It just seems really risky. When they die, you're screwed. You'd have to make new Templars. It takes some time for them to produce energy. It just seems really risky. But he's really good with them, I know that. And they're very effective.
In the right spot.
And Ample's units were all clumped together, but that might have cost him that huge engagement, losing 4 Templars like that. But like, I think he could have expanded more, made more gateways and stargates maybe.
Most definitely. Like when he had full map control, I would have liked him to take top right, fill that with gateways. Or bottom left.
There's the
Doesn't really
GG.
matter.
And he didn't have many upgrades either. Nicely done by Ample.
What does that make it? 1-1?
Yes, sir. Game 3 is on Ringing Bloom. I like this map because there's a backdoor expansion.
To be honest, I've always thumbs down this map. I don't know it very well, and I never decided to learn it.
I think somebody said it favors Protoss in the chat a little while ago. But I've heard that so many times. And yes, it's made by Waldstein. Korean map maker. We got Khala in the top right. It's a 4-player map. Ample bottom left.
So does this actually favor Protoss, or is that just one of those like, oh, this map favors whatever I'm not good at?
That's how I interpreted it. I honestly don't know enough. And I apologize to people if I ever make definitive statements. Just nature of human language sometimes. I don't want to put a I feel, I think, in my ignorant opinion, yada yada yada. Just say stuff. And everyone's welcome to join and cast and say whatever they like, as long as it's not offensive or anything like that. So I know some people are a little shy about casting because might not feel confident in what they're saying. Well, that's not really what we're trying to do. It's just more of a fun community event.
Yeah, I feel bad. I don't really have a lot to bring to the table on this map. I don't really know what's standard here. I would assume really quick CC. But
That's what I was thinking he's gonna go. And it'd be probably a good choice in these positions.
looks like probably Nexus first.
I like maps with backdoor expansions because we don't really see many of them, and they give rise to like macro games, I think. So I feel like I'm gonna be spoiled with at least a 15-20 minute game sometimes, as opposed to a shorter game, which are good as well. They're just more, I guess, micro intensive and fast paced.
Nice to have a little of both.
Yeah.
I mean, we already had a pretty messed up first game. At least in the beginning. And there's that early CC after the first rack.
So Khala's just gonna scout across. Like, I don't know how you decide to do that, because it assumes your opponent was scouting earlier and didn't find you at a certain time, and that's why you feel like they're at a longer distance. I don't know. But he guessed right. And as weird as that block looks, a probe can't get in there.
Yeah, I didn't think that would block. It just looks wonky.
Be funny if you like build your S depot here and doesn't block very well. But building your depot like further away, that's how you're supposed to block.
With Zealot coming across the map, it's not really going to be able to do anything.
That's what I was just thinking.
And
yeah.
is he building like a robo in the middle? Oh, looks like he
We might see that. In range. Interesting that Ample invested in the Bunk Marines.
Yeah, I don't really understand why.
Maybe the Dragoons, but I figured you'd have a tank out.
Yeah, it seems pretty safe with that full wall, and tank would be on time for pretty much any Dragoon pressure. It's probably going to help out against the Reaver if it's going to be trying to mess him up. Not sure exactly what Ample saw in Protoss main. He might be a little bit wary of lack of tech, so he has another SCV going around. Does miss the Robo though. But it looks like he's going to common proxy spots.
Just gonna drop Dragoon and 2 Zealots. We're making a Reaver as well.
I think that might be a Wraith on the way, or maybe a dropship.
Drop is doing some damage. We can occupy him long enough to bring the Reaver in.
Not sure how much damage he actually did, but I mean, getting him out of position at all was kind of helpful. And that was a dropship first that's heading up. I don't think he has any tanks at all. The Reaver doing plenty of work, even if it is just delaying mining.
Right.
Wraith is finally out though, so it shouldn't last much longer. But definitely worth it overall.
Payback time?
Yeah, it seems like it. 2 vultures dropping in the back main. Or Nat, if you want to call it, whatever.
Oh, slow response from Khala. Paid for it.
From field so far. Does he have observer though? As long as he keeps that shuttle, yep. That dropship just being alive is a big enough deal. Like forcing the Protoss to keep some defense at home. It's always pretty helpful.
Observer about to go into Ample's main. See what's up.
And Ample has his +1 churning out. Not sure. I would expect him to throw down a 3rd command center pretty soon.
You got it.
Ooh, yeah. And
Found the
he did
Robo.
scout for that. Nice. Clean up the middle of the map here.
Oh no! Had enough time to pick up the Reaver.
Man, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
At least he keeps 1 shuttle alive, because he lost his earlier one, and it's going to be a while until he can make another one.
So that's like the thing with the proxy robo. Even if you get a bunch of SCVs or it proves to be effective, what about when you lose it? Does that take away any kind of advantage you gain by it?
I guess it really depends on when you lose it. Because, like, if it's like right away, they just pull Marines and SCVs and whatnot. It's like, alright, well, I didn't even get a chance to get any observers up. It's kind of used for both.
Do you think it's okay that he lost it right now?
I think it is. He's already got
Better
his
than
teammate,
earlier,
but
obviously.
Yeah. It's not too bad for him. He's already got a couple of observers out on the map and a shuttle. He's pretty much well set for right now. Although Terran should know there's no more pressure going to be coming his way out with Reaver. He does have a Stargate done though. I don't know if he has Arbiter Tech on the way.
I'm worried we might see something like last game where Ample just masses up and Khala is unable to stop it.
Maybe so. I mean, these are some pretty defensible bases. It really sucks against carriers, I would assume, just looking at the map layout. At least defending that back natural.
Hey, Vulture got in.
That is super useful, even if it is just a scout, which it's not, because it's killing things. But he sees carrier tech coming. And 3 pro kills at least. That is very, very useful. I think 5 probes total, and knows exactly what he's up against. That's pretty much all you can ask for. He's got his +1 done, should be starting 2-1. So this is really best case scenario against carriers, is just not being caught off guard at all. And already having your economy up and running, all your factories good to go.
My newbie instinct would be, okay, my opponent's not going to be moving out, so I might as well just take over the map. But it seems like Khala's being very cautious. Not
Yeah, he really
overexpanding.
don't.
I feel like he could have taken 2 more expansions already.
I agree with that, and he is throwing down a 4th right now. Usually if somebody is about to go carriers, they want to start getting those sneaky expansions with annoying cannons. Difficult to actually get rid of. But I would like to see him get that 12 o'clock as soon as possible. He's gonna start needing that money. Interceptors ain't free.
Got 2 blimps.
Does he have any Eric's? Oh, okay.
Getting +1?
+1.
I wonder if it's worth it to get 2 cores. Probably not,
yeah.
given his economy right now.
Oh no, it's definitely worth it.
Ample's moving out.
Pretty good time to put on the pressure. You want to hit them before they get 4
Yeah.
carriers. That's kind of the magic number, where they can start really pushing you back and being able to put on damage. So he's got just enough Goliaths to probably stay off any.
Yeah, I think we got 7 or 8. I think we got 7 or 8.
This is probably going to be a rough fight for Protop.
I don't think he
Storms
can even
coming in.
take it. Nice storms, but
Very good. Yeah, you should definitely back off and try and delay as long as possible.
ooh. Do you have another storm? No.
Oh man, so many losses. And now the supply lead
It ran
quite
over.
a bit in Ample's favor.
You didn't want to show us carriers or something?
I guess not. I mean,
I think he needed
sure
him to fight that battle.
Yeah, and he already knew that it was scouted anyway. I mean, it takes a while to build up those interceptors, but before you have 4 like full carriers, they're not really all that useful. But it would have at least been useful to delay as long as possible and keep his army alive. Because at this point, it's just yeah, there's not a whole lot left for you.
Just 4 carriers. That sucks.
Yeah, and he's cut off from his 12 o'clock, so that should be taken out pretty quickly. And now down to, I mean, if that's gone, you're down to just your 2 bases, and that's not enough to be able to keep up with. Even if he does end up cleaning up all these tanks, which he probably will, but... Terran has his 4th as well. In a very
Plus 2
comfortable lead.
upgrades, man. Goliaths.
Yeah, now you can just kind of pretty much sit at home, do whatever you want.
Ample
Sit on that
is a
lead.
solid Terran player.
What rank is he? I mean, or like MMR?
I don't know the exact number. I was assuming 2600 or more.
Right on. A little bit of mutiny as he shoots his gateway there.
Yeah, it's really too bad he wasn't attacking with his army, using his carriers.
A little bit of miscoordination, I guess.
Or not
Or-
committed that much with his army, at least. It seemed like there were some moments where he was...
Or to be honest, I mean, this could just be me telling you bad information, but like back up as far as possible, pretty much to where he is right now, and let those gateways kick in as much as possible to give himself as good of a chance, even if he loses like his 3rd. Just staying alive and pushing back, and like if you can reset the Terran and make sure that he doesn't have any tanks at all, you're alright, and you can at least keep the game going.
Right, it takes them a while to replenish their tank count. I just feel like he had a sizable army. He had some Templars. They were probably going to get more and more storms. Could have probably stopped that, you know?
Yeah.
All of Ample's units were clumped together. A few good storms, your carriers and your army units.
Ample thrown down a 5th and 6th, looks like.
I mean, Khala doesn't have the resources to keep replenishing interceptors.
Nope, sitting at 38 minerals, not very
This
much
looks like
income at all.
game. Ample did it.
He's absolutely mined out. But GG. Hey, this is kind of an unfortunate situation to get hit right before those carriers kick in, because it's not like he can like hit his natural or whatever and delay him that way. Don't really have enough interceptors to do much.
Right. Thank you, Terror, for the raid. Welcome. We're in game... Is this 4?
Game 4, yeah.
2-1
Should be-
for Ample. Versus Khala. Next map is on Shakira's Temple.
I like this map a lot.
We did show Terror versus Khala earlier.
Oh yeah, that was the map, or the match we just did previous to this.
Yeah, man, where were you? Where were all of you? Come on, guys, come and co-cast. Hang out with us. Join our Discord server. If you're already a member, hop into the open casting channel, where I'm sharing my screen, and you can hop in there and cast. What's
don't
up?
even
Why
have
you
to be
suck?
Good at this game. Look at me. Just jump in.
So, little mad at Ample right now because he's black color and I'm not very good observer. The black blends in to the mini map. I can't really distinguish the color very well. Maybe I need to brighten my monitor visual settings.
No, I don't think there's any way around it. It just sucks.
It's a horrible color, isn't it? It just doesn't make sense with this game. And I know some people intentionally choose it.
Why would you intentionally choose it? I understand it, I guess, in
You
team
think it
games.
gives you some sort of advantage, but your opponent could just shift tab and change the colors to whatever it is, red and
Yeah,
green.
as soon as I had learned about the red and green thing, those are the only two colors I'd ever seen on my screen again. But, I mean, in 2v2s or whatever, that could start getting really annoying, because I just hate having two of the same color as the opponent. It just makes it all wonky.
Really? Some 2v2ers are big fans of doing that.
So, I mean, that's the only excuse. IMO. Although, if
That's a good
this
point.
was played on UMS, you could always shift tab now and switch up the colors. That's the gentleman setting. So, as far as actual commentary goes, that racks up the natural. It's like he's trying to throw down a quick command center after this Marine.
There it is.
This is a pretty safe map
Can you hear me now?
to do the gas licks. Oh, yeah.
Hey, why you suck? We can hear you, my friend. Welcome.
Oh my god, that's annoying as fuck. Hell. Crap.
It just leveled it down each word one by one.
Well, he knows there's a 14-year-old fan who watches our
Oh,
content.
my screen's stuck. Hold on, I'll be right
And goodbye, why you suck? I'm joined by Energy Bamboo. I love your name. This Zealot's
you.
gonna do some damage here. Or will it?
Maybe. That SCV, like random pattern, it's a blessing and a curse.
Is it a random pattern? So there's no way of telling where. That was always one of my curiosities.
Yeah, it just bounces around wherever it feels like going.
I guess that's fair, because figuring that out. Oh, the things Protoss could do.
For real.
Possibilities are endless.
Yeah, that first Zealot not getting any. I think it got one SCV. Second Zealot probably not gonna get much more than a little bit of stabbing. But
Stabby.
yeah, this map is pretty safe for that specific opener. It's like nothing is buildable in the middle of the map at all.
Man, I was talking this whole time, and I was like, why do they keep talking over me? Like, I know they're not like this. What's going on? Are they just being assholes tonight? Or, man, I did it again.
Okay.
Is
No,
it
you
just in
sound
your
fine.
nature?
It's been a bad day. No, my mute button on my headset's right next to my volume button, and it's right on my ear. So
Hey, man,
whenever
you
I put
muted
my
yourself.
headset on, yeah, whenever I put my headset on, sometimes I mute myself without realizing it.
Your
I'm like,
headset
"All right."
knows you got a potty mouth. It's trying to censor you.
Yeah.
Dude, I actually have that exact same issue. There's like a mute button that like blends in right on the side where I put my hand to put it on my
Yeah,
head.
right? Oh,
I don't know
God.
why manufacturers do that. Yeah, people complain
But
about it.
what I was saying earlier, try Shift Tab. Just because it doesn't work most of the time doesn't mean it doesn't work all the time.
You're
But,
right, I
well,
didn't try it. They're all
this
yellow.
Is one game. This is another game that is the same. you know?
But, you know, I'll take all yellow. I don't think you'll all like it, though.
no, no. How do you
Because when
like
they
that?
start
What do you
doing
mean you'll
drops,
take
it
that?
gives me a lot of stress and anxiety. If I miss a drop, people are like, oh my god, go kill yourself, Hawks. Like, you need to die.
Well, I
In
mean,
my
don't
head,
miss
that's what
drops.
people are saying. So I'm sorry, folks.
You get some harsh critics in your head, just living for rent free.
So how's it going?
Yo, man,
Welcome
play
back.
on one of my basketball teams. You want some harsh critics? Oh my gosh.
That was a fast match work.
I do what I can. So I shoot Ample 1 polypoid because it looked like it was over when I left.
The last game looked like the Polypoid one. Khala just didn't really have an answer to
Yeah,
So
that's
what's-
the problem with the Storm style is that you don't really want it to go that late where they get the upgrades. You kind of want to close it out early, but Polypoid, it's very difficult to kill a Terran.
So what's the match series at right now?
2-1 for Ample.
2-1.
He likes to get
Yeah.
upgrades, and he moves out with a big, heavy punch.
Yeah, Khala smashed him on Eclipse, but on Eclipse, Ample did start the game by moving his workers to where some Zealots were, which I think was a
Sacrificing his tanks.
yeah,
this
that's
is weird. This is a weird game so far. You got 3 fact already done and not a single tank out yet.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
it's so
not making
weird.
any. Yeah, he's just getting mines. This is going to be hyper aggressive.
Does he have Robo or Obso? Yeah.
Yeah,
Obso.
opposite that.
Yeah.
And if Khala makes a
But it
wall,
doesn't
then
matter.
this is going to not work. Khala sees it, and Khala's seen it. So now he's just going to place a bake pylons. I don't know why
he's
he would
not
do
doing
this.
it though. He's not doing it though.
Well, he's at least putting the dragoons in, but he needs pylons because they are just going to mine their way through.
Now he's coming back.
Yeah, but they're going to place mines like this. That's why you need the pylons because
That's
pylons.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, he just fucked this up. He's
this
done this
might
wrong.
be-
This isn't
might
how
be,
you play against this style.
You might be in a lot of trouble, man.
I don't know why he's done
gosh,
this.
Wow.
He has really messed this up, and it's not a hard style to play against. You see it's coming, and then you make a pylon ball. That's all you have to do.
I'm actually
He's
kind of
down
surprised
7
he held
workers.
it that well though.
Yeah, I mean, he might could have dragooned well. He's down 9 workers.
Oh, well, that one
10
dragoon's not
workers.
even fighting.
That did a lot of damage, man.
Yeah, and it's silly because this style with the vultures isn't actually good. What happens is you see it, and then you make a pylon wall, and then the guy with the vultures is just like there near the pylons, feeling like he's an idiot.
I
Yeah.
didn't actually think that wall on his third actually walled off. I was really hoping that there was a gap and he would just look foolish, but no, I was wrong.
Like this whole style normally makes the vulture player look like an idiot, but Kyle apparently is. He just doesn't want to embarrass his opponent. He's like, no, like let me help you out here.
Okay.
Imagine not getting 75 minutes of damage out of a vulture. Is it even possible?
Ample knows how to use them well.
This is such
If,
good
if
units.
I'm controlling the vulture, then yes, it's very possible.
They're such good units.
Just don't know about this shuttle drop.
No, I mean the guy saw the shuttle, so he knows it's coming.
Yeah, he just spotted it with 3
Again.
vultures.
Well, he had the shuttle was over the vultures anyway beforehand. It's
You
Just
can
make a
literally
pylon
tell
wall
where it's
and
coming
wait.
from right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's making sure
Like,
it's
just-
exactly there.
but we had to make a complete pylon wall, and then kill the pylon later. It costs you 100 minerals to not die. It's just why would you ever not do that?
I like the SCV transfer.
Reaver getting in right before the turrets finish.
Uh,
Fortunately, Scarab doesn't do the thing.
Ample's so far ahead, and it looks like it's going to be another one of those maps where if Ample takes 3 bases, there's not actually anything Khala can do about it, which is a problem because Khala's style seems to be trying to win early.
Yeah, this is also a really easy map to just continue on to a 4th and a 5th as a Terran and just never actually have to do anything.
Oh,
Oh, this is
Reaver's
good.
gonna hurt,
so close.
yeah.
Oh, he needs to just turn that scarab off. So you can actually detonate scarabs just to turn them into a dud if it looks like they're not going to connect at all.
What's
'Cause
the...
Oh, you missed a SCV shot, man. He killed like a bunch of
He's
SCVs.
even the workers. Yeah, that one even workers. No, it's still not great for Khala. He took a lot of damage early, but it's not as bad as it was.
How do you cancel a scarab? That's what I was thinking about. While
Yeah,
he
I
was
need to
doing
know
that.
I
the
think you
map.
hit
It's on your
S. I haven't ever done it, but I was told that if you hit S, then it will just dud the scarab. So it does no damage, but then you can fire another one.
Oh, what if it's just some sort of joke somebody's playing on us?
No, I've done it.
Oh, we got a lot of Reavers now.
We have, but I mean,
Khala loves Reavers.
Ample's not going to take any damage because he's Terran. And Terran just can't ever lose games. If Terrans could lose games, I would win more. That one Dragoon just attacking the pylon.
He lost the shuttle.
Yeah, there's 1v in each, I think.
Yes. Oh my god, that scarab.
Oh, look at
Look at
that.
that SUV.
That's beautiful.
It's so dumb.
Reverse.
Imagine losing a game as Terran. This is so dumb.
I mean, speed shuttles are really nice, but range Goliaths more so.
That
Yeah.
first scarab, man, I swear, it's percentage that it hits something is like less than 50%. And it's really that first scarab that can do the most damage potentially.
Well, that's why, because we always pick a spot that's going to do the most damage.
Like when
And
you
it's
drop
usually
a
further away,
Reaver, they take
so
all
whenever-
their workers and they send it somewhere, so you immediately try to target that line of workers.
It creates a wall that the Scarab can't get through, though. So you can't aim for the biggest shot on your first shot if you're playing against somebody that has even half decent reaction time.
That's interesting. So don't
So
actually go for the bigger
if you
shot.
play against
per
me,
se.
go for the big damage. Because I'm not reacting to that. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's an interesting point.
Okay, he's going for bust. Let's see how this works. Because if he actually breaks in here, then the follow-up could be really good too. And if he doesn't break this, there's no follow-up.
Oh no, he lost his shuttle with his Reaver in it though already. So he's gonna take the high ground, but these 4 tanks on the low ground still are gonna.
Yeah, and there's more tanks behind them. I mean, he's killing them. These goons are getting shit done.
Not. They got like too many blasts off though.
Yeah, it's just not enough.
If he's got more units coming. He's got waves of Zealots by the look of it on their way. If he can get them here in time. Nah, okay. There's 4 tanks.
Do that.
He's down 16 supply and he's down workers too.
It
Taking a 4th
seems-
base. It's not unwinnable, but this isn't where he wanted to be. And also the Terrans put him on a clock with the upgrades. Is the thing.
Is
it's
that why
not
he
enough.
incessantly attacks? That makes sense.
Yeah, with this style here, you're on a clock. It's not enough to survive. You gotta get damage done, and he's not getting it done. Because again, it's come down to, does he have an answer for a 3-2 Terran push?
Yeah, I mean, he usually doesn't get arbiters though.
Yeah, but
I see him storm shuttles a lot more.
Yeah, the Storm Shuttle, the answer to the 3-2 Terran push is they don't get that far. That's how that style works. It's because if you're killing tanks constantly with Harass, with Storm, you're hurting their workers, they never actually build up to their punch. What happens is they mine out before they actually get to do their punch because you're constantly pushing them back down. Oh no, not like this, Probes, not like this.
No,
That
like
Maynard
this.
transfer just a second off. The Nexus is done, but all the probes are running back. Oh no.
Khala really not catching a break this game at all.
No, I mean, this is done.
The supply difference, man.
Yeah. And Khala doesn't even have a tech advantage going on. It's so the upgrades put Protoss on a clock, so the Protoss has to have an answer by the time the Terran pushes. That can be carriers, it can be Storm if you're really good, it can be Arbiter. But the style that Khala plays, the idea is you just delay their clock constantly. Every time they try and get their push together, you break in and you storm some tanks. You like give them a bloody nose. You get rid of some of their units over and over, so they never get the ball rolling. But he hasn't succeeded in doing that, so now he's got nothing left. Any timing that could have held a 3-2 push, he's already missed because he wasn't going for that timing. He's not going to be able to win. He doesn't have the things that he needs. Doesn't have the tools.
I'll give him the fact that it's stylish and fun to watch, but not nearly as effective, apparently.
It's effective, but it wasn't effective this game. He didn't get
really
the damage
needs
he
to-
needed.
You've got to
And
stay
part
on
of
the map and clear these mines out first and foremost. I mean, if you even want to stand a chance at this point, and hope he has bad EMPs.
He heard you, man. Loud and
Yeah.
clear.
You got to be able to move freely. You got to be able to surround or counter or something. I've seen Khala actually win games in this situation. I want to say it was against Scam, but maybe not. He actually
He can't
countered.
lose his temps.
He
I saw-
countered, and he just rebuilt a base on the other side of the map.
He's already in Seed mode. You don't want this. No,
No.
it's too much damage. You can't.
No.
There's just no
Oh
way.
my god.
Like the tanks just do 2 volleys, and there's no Protoss army left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no storms going down or anything.
Yeah. Just,
Yeah.
Kala's play wasn't conceptually unsound, but he didn't get what he needed to get done early, and then after that, there was just nothing he could do. It's not one of those games where you look at it and you're like, what the fuck were you thinking? He was trying a legitimate style. He just didn't succeed.
Except maybe for the pylon wall, that part you can kind of say, what the fuck.
Yeah, that part is like, wait a second, so you build a pylon, you cancel it, costs you 33 minutes. So 33 minutes, you wanted to save those. That's what, like, what were you going to spend those 33 minutes that you save by not making a pylon wall on that was more important than all your probes?
As a Terran that consistently looks silly running into pylon walls, just build them.
Yeah, it just, because they build so many vultures and they run them across the map and they're like, oh, well, I guess I just have to go home again now. It's just, it's such a hard counter.
That's sad. Ample won 3-1. I'm a big fan of Ample and everyone else, but for some reason, a little part of me just wants Khala to win.
He looked so different in that first game. Ample decision making in that first game was very strange. Khala had 4 ranged dragoons attacking Ample's bunker before Ample's first tank, and then Ample just runs his first tank into them. And then the next 3 games, Ample is playing like a very, very, very strong Terran and just smashing Khala.